lovely greetings and a very inspiring good morning, good evening, or good noon from whichever parts of the world you are watching us. Today's show, Kudos Latte, and I'm your host, Dr. Supriya, welcomes you all. And for this lovely, inspiring, so motivating because we are having an amazing, very vibrant, and a very positive personality from United States. And if you want to check it out, who is she? Then you have to check out her video. Here is my lovely, very inspiring, very positive personality, Brenda Sawyer. Welcome to the show, and it's been a great privilege and honor for me to host you today.
Thank you. It's good morning here because we're in the U.S., so it's 11:35 here. So I thank you, Dr. Supriya, for allowing me to be here on your platform today, this morning. I'm very blessed and honored. I have to say blessed because that's what it is. It's a blessing and an honor to be here. Thank you to grace your platform today. Yes.
Well, Brenda, pleasure is all ours because 5 to 10 minutes back, when we were talking back, we were just getting so much inspiration from Brenda's story, and I was getting so much rejuvenation. But why only me? Let the world get a lot of inspiration from her story. So, without any delay, without any pause, with my latte, Brenda, I pass the dice in your court, and let's start. Who is actually Brenda Sawyer?
Okay, Brenda Sawyer. Me, Brenda Sawyer. I am a native New Yorker. I was born and raised in New York City. And I like to say I come from humble beginnings, which I was brought up in the New York City housing projects. And I was brought up by a very closely knit family of a mother, a father, and an older brother. Now I'm the youngest. I'm the baby, so I come from humble beginnings because when you do that, you know that it brings you to where you are now, to the present where we are right now. And I live in the present. I don't live in the past. The only way I revisit the past is to look back in retrospect to see how far God has brought me. And I love that because I trust him and I am a Christian. I am not religious, but I'm relational. So I have a relationship with God and I talk to God as I'm talking to you, with respect and honor and reverence. So I talk to him because it's a relationship. And a lot of times it's not an ongoing relationship, just, talking and talking, but I also have to hear and incline my ear to what he's saying to me, what the Holy Spirit is saying to me and speaking to me. So as I said, I come from a very closely knit background and always taught my foundational truth in Christianity. What my parents taught me, both my parents are deceased now, but I really thank them still for who I am right now because I would not have been. And I had to be an obedient child. And speaking of childhood, uh, 5 years, at the age of 5, I always knew that I wanted to be an educator, a teacher. I had doctors, lawyers, judges, all sorts of people in my family. I still have them. But something inside of me just said, you have to teach. And it wasn't about the money. It wasn't about the money, because we teachers are much needed, but we're not going to be rich or anything like that. So I wasn't looking for the money. I was looking for the passion to teach children. So at 5 years old, I said, no, I don't want to do anything else except be a teacher. I said, I want to get married, have one child, and be a teacher of many, be a mother of many, because it's like I'm a mother of many. People will say, well, how many children do you have? I said, I only have one. I have one daughter. I did exactly as I said. I wanted to get married, finish college, everything, and have one daughter and be a teacher and a mother of many. So all of my students, and I call them my children still, they're over 40 and they have their own families. And I call them my children because it's a closely knit relationship with them as well. What we do is they reach out to me on social media platforms and say, Miss Sawyer, you were strict, but you were very, very disciplined in what you did, and you had a lot of love. A lot of the days I would stay there until 6 o'clock, and I didn't get paid for that. So I wasn't doing it obviously for the money. Some of my colleagues still do it, and I would have still been doing it had I not retired. I did retire in June of 2010. So, but I still want to impart the knowledge. So I am a retired educator, and I'm grateful. I'm really grateful for coming from humble beginnings. That's what I say. Even at all of my platforms, I am a best-selling author as well of my solo book, which is called Encouraging Words for the Mind, Spirit, and Soul. Now, that book, there's something behind that book, and I do have it here. I don't know if you can see it, but I do have it here, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about this book. I'm going to be transparent. I'm not going to hide anything from you because I say it on all my platforms. I want to be consistent. I did not want to write. I don't feel I was called to write. I knew I would be a teacher, yes, but I didn't feel that I was going to be an author. So I had someone encourage me back in 2014, said, write in my anthology. And I said, I don't want to do that. I mean, I'm just don't want to do it. Why? Because I just don't want to do it. I don't feel like I said I grade papers. I go to school. I'm getting my second master's. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I don't want to do this. And so she encouraged me so much until, now this is true, until I said, okay, yes. So I wrote in her anthology. Then the next year she comes back, and I figure I'm done. I'm finished. I'm done. And she comes back the next year and she says to me, now you have to write your own book. And I said, oh, no. I that's it. Only one. That's it. No more. And see, this is how God works through me. I don't ever know what he's really doing in my life, because if I'm saying no and he's saying no, it's yes. So now comes my second book, which is Encouraging Words to the Mind, Spirit, and Soul. Now, this is surprising to me because I'm thinking I would never even be on this platform with you, Dr. Supriya, or any of the other platforms that I'm on. I've done at least, oh my goodness, 21 anthologies since that time. International best-selling, anthologies. This particular book, Encouraging Words for the Mind, Spirit, and Soul, is written not only in English, paperback, Kindle, and audio. And who knew? Only God knew. It's also written in Spanish, French, and Arabic. Go figure, because I'm here.
Amazing.
An author.
Can't believe this.
Who would I can't. I can't make it up. I'm not, and I'm on, this is nationwide. I'm not trying to be funny, but that is the book. And I'm going to probably have it translated in another language as well, because I want the book to get out to as many people as possible all over the world. And it's not about, this money thing, it's about platforms and encouraging people on their journey, on their walk, their journey with Christ. I'm a believer. I don't push my, belief system on anyone, because, this is what I believe. And this is what got me to where I am today. My mindset, it does take a mindset. It takes a belief system. It takes trust and belief in God, the God you serve. And I've been here, wow. I've been here to say, I thank God I've been here to 75 years. So I'm 75. I will be, God willing, I say, because it's his will, that I will be 76 in December. So only God knows. I don't know. So that's why I, Brenda Sawyer, have to put my faith and my trust in God alone. Because I can't say, well, I don't know. Because sometimes those plans, you have to detour some of the plans that you have. Because there's a scripture in the Bible, it's Jeremiah 29:11 that says, for I know, which talking about God, I know the thoughts and the plans that I think toward you, and they are of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. So what do? We expect an expected end. We know that our end's going to be a great end because your plans are not as great as God's plans. The little running joke was, if you tell God your plans, he likes to laugh at you because his plans are so much greater. Ours is so tiny. We don't even know. So that's where I come in with the humble beginnings. And I tell you, this is what it is. I'm just grateful. And I never knew when I did teach Spanish for 13 years after school. So that's why I wanted the book written in, translated in Spanish. French, I don't know. Don't ask. Why'd you write a book and it's in French? Because I wanted to get out there. I don't know French. I mean, parlez-vous français? But I don't, I know some languages because growing up in New York, you had an ear to hear different dialects. So my voice can speak any language if I'm taught. Once you have command of the English language, you can speak, and I would love to speak some of your dialects. Sometimes I don't. I have neighbors next door, which I can learn from them. And because I feel I'm a lifelong learner, and I will be learning everything I can as a lifelong learner, because you're never, ever, ever, ever too old to learn. Never, ever. We have a broadcast called The Joys of Living Great, and that's on every Thursday. It's also from a book collaboration. Who knew that it would be an LLC from a book collaboration we did about 11 years ago?
Awesome.
I and I don't make it up, and I'm just in awe. I'm like, wow, this I didn't see this for myself, but who did? God did. I would have said, oh no, 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 that's not. So
Exactly.
that's where I am today, and I pray that the book will reach many, 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 many people, as well as the other anthologies that I've done. Many anthologies. I'm grateful.
Yes, 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 Brenda. Wow, what shall I say? I am speechless now because your life journey, your powerful, very, very inspiring journey, and that's what I loved, and that's what have touched my heart is you kept on moving in your life. You trusted in Lord and your faith and your belief system. That has made your mind a very strong thing and a very very a mind which is very productive, a mind which is very positive. And trust me friends, if your mind is strong, if you have such productivity, you can attract a lot of positive things. That what Brenda has attracted, according to law of attraction, she has attracted a lot of abundance, prosperity, positivity. And her positivity we can see, just making the glory of this world. And even today she is inspiring millions, zillions who all are watching this video and who will be watching this video later on. So hats off to you, Brenda, for a very inspiring journey and your great belief in Lord, because He will never let you down. So this
Amen.
is an amazing journey, Brenda, and I really salute you with my coffee, with my latte, and a lot of gratitude for you. Awesome, amazing, great
Thank
one.
you. Thank you.
Well, moving to this journey with Brenda. Brenda, I would love to ask one question which was popping up in my mind 5 minutes back when you were narrating your life journey. You are so strong, Brenda. There is no doubt in that. But in your life, did you felt some challenges, some hurdles that really shook you up, and you thought, "Oh gosh, how would I come out of this?" So let's let the world knows what sort of challenges you had faced in order to in order to come up to this level of success, in order to become such great, powerful woman today. And I would love to know that.
Well, growing up, as I said, in New York City, nowadays, they have bullying, and there used to be bullying because I used to have this long hair, used to pull my hair, step on my shoes, and all kind of things, and try to beat me up at 3. It's just all crazy. So I had those kind of challenges, um, and as you get older, you still have a form of bullying. People don't understand that there's a form of bullying. If you look at someone the wrong way or look at them up and down as if that's a form of bullying. It's not just about punching and threatening and cyberbullying. It's about, hmm,
Agree.
you know, that's a form of bullying. So when you have that even in an adult life, so when you can recognize it and understand that, wow, I'm being bullied here. I mean, it's just, so these are challenges that I had to keep my faith. Yes, as a young child. Did I know what was happening? Well, I figured, envy, jealousy. I don't know, because you know what? I'm a peaceful person. I love everybody. I don't now. I don't want anybody to take that for weakness, the kindness for weakness, because I am strong, as you said, because I'm strong in the Lord and the power of His might. But I love everybody. I don't like strife. I don't like drama. I don't. I stay away from. I know my circle. My circle now, as an older person, as a mature person, as a seasoned person, should be getting a tiny bit smaller. Like I understand who's supposed to be in my boat with me, who's supposed to be in my circle. So it's not like a gigantic circle like when you're growing up and you're in your school days and you want this friend, you want that friend. But I was always an individual. I always say that God doesn't make carbon copies. He makes original masterpieces. You are a masterpiece, and everyone in your audience is a masterpiece. I'm a masterpiece. Okay? And I know that. And when I know that, and it's not cocky, like, oh, no. I'm a masterpiece because God made me. He made me in his image and likeness, his own image and likeness. He said in Psalm 139:14 that I am fearfully and wonderfully made. You, Dr. Supriya, are fearfully and wonderfully made. So how can I doubt that? Okay. So coming out of the bullying, and we didn't have cyberbullying at that time. Of course, they do now. But I had to keep my faith strong and I had to understand that God is the author. And now I'm an author now, but God is the only author and the finisher of your faith and my faith. He charts the steps, our steps. He orders our steps in the way that He wants us to take, not in the way we want to take them. So that's why we have to depend. He orders and charts our steps. He downloads a blueprint in our lives to be able to function in what we need to do or what He needs us to do. So it's a blueprint that He downloads, and if we're listening to Him, we will get that blueprint. It's very simple. God doesn't make anything complicated. Never complicates His word or complicates anything that He asks you to do. So you listen to what He's telling you. We're not doing all the talking. We're listening. We're inclining our ear to what God is saying, what the Holy Spirit's saying to us. And as I said, this doesn't have to be so religious, you know. I mean, religion can be walking into the same walking into a same wall or walking to the bus stop for 50 years. I mean, that's religion. So we're not talking about that. We're talking about a relationship, like friends. We are friends. God is a friend of mine. I'm a friend of His. The scripture says in Acts 17:28 that in Him we live, move, and have our being. So how does it look for me if God lives and moves and has His being? I have my being in Him. How does it look for me to be stagnant, just sitting here? Well, I'm retired. I have nothing to do. I don't know. Yeah, that's totally impossible. Yeah, for me, it is. And being a New Yorker, we're always on the run, always running. But now I reside in Philadelphia. So that's the home where I am now. But also, and I'm going to tell you something else, other challenges you won't believe. Being bullied almost by teachers saying things to us in the elementary schools that would you expect a teacher to call you stupid and dumb? No, but they did. They did. And not just me, everybody. Oh, you walk in and they're Oh, what are you dummies? You were so stupid. Oh, you're not going to get a job. You, why are you in here? You're not going to pass this test. Well, so I decided then, Brenda Sawyer, will never be that kind of teacher. Never, ever. Never, ever. We have done conflict resolutions in my classroom, conflict resolution. I was like the mother. I said, we're going to be a family. 35 students, mind you. Every day. I came every day. And a lot of times I stayed late until 6 o'clock. There's some people there right now, my colleagues, are doing the same thing right now, staying late. We weren't supposed to. We didn't get any extra money for it, but we did because it's out of a passion, out of our heart. A passion is for the children. I would have teachers sometimes saying, well, this boy's not in my class, so he's not my concern. But see, that's where we're wrong. We are. Because if you, as an adult in a system, in an educational system, see someone else's student doing wrong or maybe getting himself into trouble, you would have to speak. But they say, oh, no, oh, he's not in my class. So I said, but you know something?
Exactly.
He's my responsibility because every teacher in here is an adult and we all have a responsibility and an accountability to these children. 35 students, never had a problem, never. No problems with parents because you come together as a coalition. You form a coalition. I'm not the bad person. We're going to work together to bring a successful school year for your child. You work with me, I work with you, we communicate. But that wasn't, see, it's a mindset. It's a passion from my heart that I love doing what I do. Okay, I still do. So I just always said, even when I retire, I'm going to be a teacher and an educator but in a different capacity, a different platform. So which I do this all the time, even on the platforms that I'm on. But the bullying from the teachers that I had. Do you think that if I didn't have the mindset, if I did not have a Christian foundation from my mother and my mother and father, that I would still be here like this? I'm not perfect. No, I'm perfect in Christ because He is perfect. He makes me perfect, not in my flesh, but in His spirit. I'm not perfect at all. Anything I do will fail, but everything I do with God and with Christ will last. It's everything you do for Christ will last. So in Him, I live, move, and have my being. I can do nothing without Him, so I trust Him. But I wanted to be that different type of teacher that will not say, you know, label a child. Okay, you're stupid. So whenever I would get things like in June, they would say, well, you know what, Miss Sawyer, here's something on this child that you're going to get next year. And you have to watch him because he's this, he's that. I said, you know something? No, no. When September comes, I will formulate my own opinions about the child that you're speaking about. I will not label any child. I don't do that. We don't want labels on children or anybody for that matter. So how I face those challenges, to answer your question, is to trust God, to trust my belief in God. Know that He will get me through the prayer, that He's going to, because look, the proof is in the pudding. I'm still here. Many have gone on before me. You don't know. I mean, tomorrow's not promised, not even today's promised to you. So what you do is you have to put your trust in God. And also the Bible says also, and I tried. I was not, perfect, I said before, but I honored my mother and father. Now they're in heaven now, but I honored my mother and father. And the Bible does say you should honor your parents, that your days will be long upon this land. So honoring your parents makes a very big difference. Our children should be taught that because you don't know. You give your parents respect, and other cultures do it. I know in your culture it does. They do it. there's so many things out here now that they don't respect anybody. And if they don't respect anybody, they're not going to respect themselves. So honoring your mother and father, and that commandment comes with a condition. It says, if you honor your mother and father, your days will be long upon the land. So I honored them, and I still honor them right now. I still honor them even after death, because I can see the person that I've become from the discipline,
Exactly.
so you have to have that. But that's how I
Exactly.
overcame the challenges that I had, teachers calling us names and bullying in school and what have you.
Yep.
I wanted to be a difference. I wanted to make a difference. I just want to talk about it. I wanted to, let people see that difference in me. That's what it
Yeah,
is.
Brenda, this is very true, and this is very sad part of our society when teachers are bullying their students, and we never wanted to become that role model for any student. So I really appreciate the challenges, your challenges, which has sculpted you in a very strong into a very strong personality. And really, I admire this personality, and she's giving me a lot of inspiration, Brenda. Well, moving to our journey, and it was really lovely to know challenges. And I know those challenges had really made you, because challenges can either break you or make you. It's all in your perspective.
True.
So, your perspective should be very strong, like how we saw in Brenda's life journey and in our challenges. Well, Brenda, the next question is really, really great. And I wanted to know from the bottom core of your heart, which is very, very true, what's your opinion about kiddos, miracles, anything straight from your heart?
Well, I applaud Matt Allen because he's the founder and the CEO of Kudos Miracles. And I feel this is a platform which I'm on right now that gives people an opportunity, to force people an opportunity to get their message out there to other people all over the world. And for him, I applaud him because he took that initiative to do this. He had a plan that he wanted to present to the world, and here it is. It comes from a thought, and it's an idea, it's a thought, and you move forward with it. You don't allow anyone to talk you out of it, because this is what you need to do, and he's doing this with a passion. So I appreciate this. And he kind of touches on some of the things that I say, because we are not the problems. Now, we have problems in our world. Yes, we do. But do we want to be one of our problems? Do we want to add to the problems of the world? No. We want to be the solution to those problems, a specific solution to any problem that you have. You don't want to add to the problem. Why would you do that? That it doesn't make any sense. I try to go on common sense as well, and a lot of times I find that common sense isn't common to everybody. It's just not. You know,
Exactly.
let's make the world a better
Place. Yeah.
place, because there's so much out there. So many people are going through different things that we don't even know anything about. Even just a common smile would do. Or a compliment. Boy, do you look nice today. Something, because you don't know, and somebody might say, you know what? I really needed to hear that. But did you know? No, you didn't. But you spoke it. You spoke that, and you smiled. It doesn't cost you anything. And sometimes, and I have this word for people, and and I have a discernment, because I ask God to give me a spiritual discernment over people sometimes, and I have sometimes I detect that some people, and I call it this. This is my term that I coined. I said that they're nice, nasty. Just be.
Exactly.
Why do you pretend? Don't be nice, and because you can see right through it. I can. You're trying to. I don't know what it is. I can't, but I call it nice nasty, and if I know that, I try to extend myself even more to that person, because I want to be nicer to you than you seem to appear to be to me.
Right.
We don't have to put on airs. Why? What is it? We don't have to put on airs. We are people. We bleed this. We bleed red blood. You know, I mean, what? Everybody thinks they're higher. This, that. I don't. I don't. Because I'm a servant leader. Jesus came to serve. Okay, so I follow Christ. So if I follow Christ, I'm a servant leader. A servant, it doesn't mean that you're a slave. It does not. It just means that you're free in your mind and in your thinking, that you will be able to understand. You come to serve without any, oh, how much am I going to get paid? Those things are not important. They, you know, well, there's a scripture also in Philippians 4:19 that says, it is God that gives, well, Deuteronomy 8:18 says, it is God that gives us the power to get wealth. So if he gives us the power to get wealth, he's not against money. Just doesn't want money to have you. So we worship the creator, not the creation. If money's a creation, then we worship the creator who created the money. And in Philippians 4:19 is what I was going to say, that 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 I okay, according to his riches in heaven and glory, that he supplies all of our need. Okay, so he supplies all of our need. Anything we need, we are supplied. So that's according
Very
to
true. Very true.
Philippians
And thank you so much, Brenda, for
19,
such
19.
lovely motivational words that really elated our confidence, that really boost up our confidence. And we are very grateful to you for this wonderful feedback. Well, moving to our show with lovely Brenda and so inspiring personality. Brenda, this is the time to play some rapid fire round. And are you ready for this?
Okay.
All right. What's your favorite coffee?
My favorite coffee is the International Delight coffee. I believe that's what it's called. And it's the French vanilla. I don't have to
Awesome.
have any with me today, but I do drink it, and I really like it. Doesn't It's not a lot of caffeine, so it's something that it's just a tasty. I don't put sugar or add any sugar in it. It's just really good with that vanilla flavor. It's just, and you know something, it's kind of like hard to find on the shelves now, and they price gouge it on eBay. So if I don't see it, I'm like, well, where is it? Because everybody's buying it. All the other flavors are there. Well, why are they buying it? Must be favorite of a lot of people who drink coffee.
Yeah. Okay. What's Brenda's favorite color?
Well, as you see, I have many colors on, but my favorite color, I can do all things with black as well, but and I can, mix and match things. But I like colors. Colors add to life, to your thinking. I like all colors. Like even with my classroom, I had color. I had a very colorful classroom. The bulletin boards, everything was colored and just welcoming you in. But my let's see, my favorite color, I'm going to say it's black as well. And I'm also going to say that it is okay. Well, they're all my favorite colors, but black because I can dress that up. You see, I can wear black with this, or I can pick up. What I do is I pick up a shade here. Maybe I can pick up a purple. Maybe I can pick up, an orange. Maybe I could pick up a pink. I don't know. So I can dress it up or dress it down. So I do like black is one of my favorite colors. But all colors are my favorite colors.
Awesome.
If
That's
that makes
lovely.
any sense, I
Lovely.
don't know. I like color. It adds to life, I think.
Who is your role model, Brenda?
Well, since I've been speaking all this time, you're going to know who my role model is. And my role model is Christ because I follow him. I follow Christ. If it were not for Christ, I would not be here. Now, sometimes people think, oh, it's too super spiritual, always talking about the Lord. I have to talk about him for myself because he is the one who has me here. I didn't create myself. I don't know. People say they're self made this and they're self made millionaires. I'm not a self made anything. I didn't choose myself to be here. I didn't create myself. I wouldn't know how to do that. So, yes, he's my role model. And if
Awesome.
people, I say that boldly and unapologetic. unapologetically, I say it boldly and unapologetically, that God is my role model. And my my earthly role model, that's my heavenly role model. But then I'm going to go a step further. My earthly role model was my dad. It's my mom, but my dad. Every girl needs a dad. They need, people say, oh, dad girls. My role model was my dad because I looked up to him as the strength. Yeah, even though he's deceased now, but in spirit, he's still with me in spirit. Not something spooky, but in spirit, in a spirit realm, he's still here in my heart, his memory, and my both my parents. But my dad was my role model because he taught me things that I think dads teach their daughters. Yeah. Mothers teach too, don't get me wrong. But there's a special bond between a dad and their daughter.
Yeah,
Because
very
of
true.
things like how to sit like a lady. I mean,
Yeah,
yes, mothers can teach that because they're women, but how to sit like a lady, how to ride the subway, how to engage, and even how to do a handshake. Now, I don't know if you're familiar, but there's a person on Instagram who teaches this. He teaches etiquette, how to eat the continental style. So you need to understand that all of these things are something that you're going to use for your life skills. So my dad was that role model, teaching me how to speak, teaching me if I had one time I remember him saying, "Oh no, you can't wear that makeup. No, 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 no. That's not that's not ladylike. Doesn't look great." So I just watch and I listen, still listen to it, and I say, "Okay, that doesn't look good." What will my dad say? So he was a role model for me, and I really think that every girl needs a dad in her life, just to
very
give
nice.
little things, little tidbits, little things. Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you, Brenda, for playing such a great round with a lot of, knowledge and a lot of fun. And we really enjoyed your life journey of inspiration, which was full of inspiration. And when people will be watching this video later on, they will be so enthusiastic and they will be filled with lot of inspiration, and they will never ever give up on their dreams the way you did in your life. So hats off to you, and a brilliant, inspiring story. Thank you from the bottom core of my heart. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.